Hey citizens, welcome to the Summer of Self-Love.
For many women, this season has often been met with trepidation, and our inbox has been overflowing with heartfelt messages from women seeking guidance on how to cultivate confidence and self-assurance this summer.
In response, we've gathered our dearest friends and top experts to support you on this journey. Together, we'll explore ways to change the way that we look at ourselves, our body image, and allow you to lead your best life with unwavering self-love and confidence.
This summer, let's celebrate ourselves and the beauty of our unique bodies.
Welcome to the Summer of Self-Love.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Model Citizen Podcast. Hello, my sister.
Oh, sister friend.
Sister friend and fellow virality queen. Dude, I'm sorry, you guys, but we're going viral right now.
We're
and
literally
it's crazy.
going viral. And we're different.
You're different. You've been different for a really long time, but now it's like a different.
Ever since the cat pic went viral, I've been different. I'm just gonna be so for real right now.
Yeah. I feel like I'm gonna start acting like I've won the lottery. You know how people are like,
yeah. And you already act like that. So this is going to be
true.
Horror for all of us. So Michaela has been basically cranking out just viral memes, dude. We're a meme page now. We're a meme podcast. We're a meme page. If you go to our Instagram at the Model Citizen Podcast, you can see the memes that are just going hella viral, bro. What, brother?
Which is actually so apropos considering our guest today, which we'll definitely get into in a minute. But when it comes to virality, but yeah, I mean, I'm just
also virality.
Virality
and apropos in one segment is
I'm well read.
It's crazy.
If you guys don't know what we're imitating, I don't ever want to say we were imitating Leah from
who is literally the queen of Love Island. And if she doesn't win, just based on her as a personality, then I'm probably just done watching the show.
Literally,
I stan Leah.
There's so I almost wish we could start a Love Island podcast. There's just so many of them, but I wish we could start it because the way that we are Love Island fanatics. I mean, I have been and you have been for a while, but I feel like the world is starting to really
literally the world
get it. Yeah.
And the US one, that if you guys haven't got on board, dude, I even have my stepdaughter watching it with me, her friends.
Yes.
They're literally all like, oh my God, I'm so on board. If you guys haven't watched the most recent US Love Island, get on it now. You can hold off on UK. UK is good too, but this US season is so good. And
I'm sad.
There's so much drama. No, I'm
sad.
Dude, literally last night, we got candy after dinner and I was like, I need this for Love Island. I need to simply eat until my stomach hurts and see what the fuck Aaron.
I've never snacked more in my life. I snack because you're just you're so wound up and excited that you need to do something else. While you're watching.
Also,
do you know what I mean?
Also, Brian's like, I love Love Island, but I also can't wait till it's over because we go to bed so late. We literally got in bed at 9:30 last night.
I know, dude. We had your part. You guys, I just got back a couple of days ago from New Jersey, as y'all know, because we were on CBS Morning. No big deal.
Not us talking about CBS Morning for the third week in a row.
Well, I'm sorry, but we're going to keep talking about it. But I just got back a couple days ago and it was just so funny because we had Brian straight up staying past his bedtime. I was like, Brian, you're going to watch, right? Being such an annoying little sister vibe. I was like, you're going to watch, right? You're not going to be lame and go to bed, right? And Brian's just exhausted. He's had a full day of work, an evening of children, just absolutely putting in all the work. By the way, the same work that you're putting in. So that's why I'm kind of don't feel that bad. I'm like, you can fucking
to be
rally.
Fair, he does have the 9 to 5, but
he does have a 9 to 5, but whatever, you're a guy, that's your job. So I'm just you were literally raised to do this.
Yeah.
Anyway, and I'm just like, Brandon, you're not gonna watch. One night he went up early, dude. The way your husband has, he has this self-control that is the skill to do good for oneself is so unbelievable.
I don't know it, dude. The way
You guys,
that
he
he
went up
literally
early. He missed movie night so he could go to bed early and wake up early to work out. What? What do
movie
you
night,
mean?
cinema night. He literally gets
Cinnamon
up
night.
in the morning at 5:30 to work out like a cuckoo bird. Like, what are you, John Cena?
What are you, a responsible adult? Like
Yeah, it's
I
crazy.
couldn't believe my earballs. But yeah, so Love Island
It's so
US
lit right now,
is
dude. You guys, wow.
unbelievable. Like I want to talk about it, but I also want to give people the chance to catch up, but also like it's a daily thing. So it's like you need to catch up. Like I have so many friends who are now just starting to get
Yeah,
on board and they're like, "Oh my God, I love so and so together." And I'm like, "Oh, that's not gonna last." Like I
yeah.
don't know
You're
what to say.
29 episodes behind, I fear.
Like what do you say to people who are like literally 30 episodes behind? And I'm like, those two aren't even in the villa anymore. So it's
Dude,
like, I
I know.
can't, what am I supposed to do? Pretend? Or when you find out that someone's actually an asshole, like Kendall, it's like,
No,
he is.
no, don't talk
Kendall's not,
about
I'm
my
going to
Kendall that way.
tell you, I have
What?
had a weird feeling about Kendall.
No.
And when
Does more come
he,
out of him? Come out about
it's
him?
not even that, like anyone can say whatever they want about anybody, and I'm not necessarily going to believe it. When he was talking to Serena and he had his
Yeah.
arms crossed and he was like in her face. Do you remember that? It was like this scene where I think it
Kind
was like
of.
after Casa,
Okay.
the recoupling. And obviously Serena did her whole situation.
Yes.
And Kendall went up to her and had his arms crossed like this. And he was like in her face, like talking like right down to her in her face. My red flags went
Yeah, that is
cuckoo
kind of
banana
messed
nuts.
up.
I was like, what we're not gonna do is speak to a woman that way. You're not gonna get that close to it. I don't want any man ever this close. Don't
No,
ever get this close to me, bro. If you
not
can see the
even your own
freckles on my
husband.
face, you're too close.
Yeah.
And
So
you can see my
simply
freckles from
stand at
pretty fucking far
least
away.
a football field away from me.
I need all man of football field away from me. That like that was such a red flag to me,
You know
honestly.
who is a green
Oh,
flag
and can I
through
just
and
also say,
through?
can I just say really quickly, the way that he talked so much shit about all the girls, all the Villa girls while they were in Casa,
Yeah, no, I didn't like that.
hated that. I was like, you got a
And they got away
chance.
with it so quick. Nicole, I'm like,
Yeah.
Nicole, you didn't even really bring it up.
You really didn't even like say anything. You were just like, that wasn't very nice.
But you know who's a green flag?
Who?
Kenny, through and through.
Kenny. Kenny's
Kenny
speech.
was written
Written
by
by
a
a woman.
woman.
Written by a woman.
Yeah.
Written
Yep.
by. He dresses business casual.
Yep.
He has a strong jaw.
He said he was blessed
He said he was blessed.
with her.
He said to her, he said, I want you. I need you.
Oh my God. Except every time I watch him now, you told me that he looked like my first boyfriend.
I know.
And now I can only see that when I
He
watch
kind of
him.
does that, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Do you think
yeah,
he
it's
does?
like it's this area from like eyebrow to nose.
Is it how he talks?
And how he
Is
talks.
it his
And like honestly
voice?
his stature too, kind of.
Yes, there's something about him that is like so similar. It's kind of like he's also like kind of silly in a way.
Yeah.
Like he's
Yeah.
like a big fucking Doberman silly goose puppy
Yeah.
kind of vibe.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Which is
that's how
very
your
much so.
first boyfriend was. So I don't know. I just
That's so
he's
funny,
definitely a
dude.
green flag though. And then again, of course, we have Miss Leah, who like I literally cannot. Martin and I are walking around our house and we're just like, and he went up there and he did his big one. Now you're sending 3 home. And then you're
Dude,
still here in your fucking overalls, bitch.
she is literally comes in with the zingers that are so good. I'm just like,
She's so good.
Leah.
She's like,
It's
anything you've heard
crazy.
bad about me, times it by 100. And if it's horrible, make it worse. Like she just like doesn't care. Also, she's giving absolute Persian Calabasas princess. The
I love it.
second that they said she was from Calabasas, I knew exactly what we were
I
dealing
literally knew
with.
what her house looked like.
I knew
I
what her
was like,
house looked
I
like.
know
I
which
knew what
house
her
it is.
lifestyle, literally, I knew what her lifestyle was. I know what products she uses. I know what she, like, that explains the vintage Roberto Cavalli dress. That explains the Miu Miu heels. Like, everyone else is getting dressed by O Polly, right?
Yeah.
Like, they're all getting dressed and styled by O Polly. And, like, no shade. But they're not busting out vintage Roberto Cavalli the
Do
way that our
not you
Queen Bee
knowing the
is.
ins and the outs of the
I will
villa.
I know the ins and the outs about everything, dude. I am one with wisdom.
You're clued in, you're keyed in, you have your finger on the pulse. I
You do.
try, but because of children, I can
Mm-hmm.
only do so much, but I try.
You do try. And I think
Yeah.
that that's great. I actually do think that you're pretty like clued in though. I feel
Now
like
I'm
also you know
more
more
clued
about
in.
like actual real life news like sooner than I know it. I
Like
can be like, oh,
political
such and
news.
such happened. But like you'll just like I'll just be like, oh, such and such happened. You'll be like, I know. And I'm like, how did you already hear about it? It literally just got announced 35 seconds ago. And you
Yeah.
like already heard about it.
Yeah, but I'll go to you for like my Gen Z stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Which is
I have
funny
my
because
finger up
you're
the asshole of the
yeah.
pulse, and
Yeah.
you are clued into things that probably matter more. I'm
Dude,
like, I know the heels that Leah was wearing on episode 48 of Love Island,
that's
if
so
that's what
you
anyone needs to know.
to know that, to know those heels. Should we
Yeah.
talk about our Manhattan Day or should we save that for Patreon?
I think we need to save it for Patreon, I
Okay,
fear.
because I just feel like it's actually like the craziest freaking
Hmm.
day. And I was like, we only have like 10 minutes until our guest comes in. And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Ugh, I fear that's not enough time."
No, I fear we need more time because we're talking, and you guys probably saw my story, okay? We're talking, I saw a man's wiener against my will.
Mhm.
Okay. Hunter had me straight up like running across the
Uncut
city.
gems.
Uncut gems across the city. Like Hunter, just like the way you move in the city is crazy to me. The way
Crazy.
you move in general, Hunter moves at a million miles a minute, and I am a
Yeah.
slow
You have
go.
gotten really slow.
I
I
am very
just have
slow.
to say, you have
I
gotten
just have
very
like
slow.
I'm slow like the way a like meditating monk is slow. Like I'm
Yeah.
like, you're not gonna make me go fast.
And I
Nothing is
simply
going to
need to
make
go.
me. And Hunter is literally pushing me down the street. And I'm like, no. And Hunter's like, you need to. We're gonna be late. And I'm just like, fine. Like, and we find a way to meet in the middle. Okay. Hunter had a fucking magician do the sickest, craziest magic trick that I've ever witnessed in my
Dude,
life.
are
It
we
was
giving
so
too much
real.
away? That's like not even the craziest though. You guys, and then
I know, but I'm just saying
Michaela
this is
got
what's
stuff
going to be on the Patreon.
stolen.
I got stuff
Yeah.
stolen.
You
Like
got
it
stuff.
is I
We
had
got
to pay
threatened.
money.
We got threatened
Threatened.
by a girl to pay someone money. It
I
was
got
yeah.
threatened by a girl in Queens. Like I'm not fucking kidding you guys. It was the most
Yeah.
New York was really New Yorking that day.
Dude, I in all my years of being here, almost in like a few months, 9 years,
Yeah.
never have I ever had such a New
No.
York day in my
It was
life.
every like kind of bad experience you can have in New York. Like
Literally.
all wrapped into one day.
I
So
don't know why we didn't put it on TikTok. We really should have put that day
I
on
think we're gonna
TikTok.
have to do a story time on TikTok for sure.
Yeah.
But anyway, so guys, we have a really exciting, fun, fucking Gen Zer coming on today. A real life Gen Zer.
Dude, I cannot wait. And I was telling Michaela that I was getting ready for this chat and I like put my hair in two braids. You know how the Gen Z girlies do? They like
Yeah.
in the front, they do like the two braids. And I
Mhm.
looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, no. I was like, people are going to clock me and be like, you're absolutely trying too hard. Like it's
No.
literally giving like mom who shows up. It's like the mom and Mean Girls. Like, hey
Okay.
kids, like, is that what we're doing? I
Right.
took them out. I couldn't because I just like I was like I'm
If
gonna
it doesn't fit
try.
with your energy, it's not going to work. Like if you
It
are
fits
a
with
coquette
yours.
girl, right? Like the thing is that you have to go full send. You have to do a full outfit, the jewelry, the hair. It has to be a full send fit because if you're kind of doing
Yeah.
millennial like outfit and then you're doing Gen Z, Gen Alpha hair, you're going to like confuse
Horrifying.
yourself. It's horrifying.
Which
Yeah.
this person does. Gen Z looks so good. So good.
Just such a unique style. So you guys, we have Miss Dana Rose coming on today, who is just an absolute TikTok icon.
Yeah.
Okay. Like she really is. And
she has almost 1 million followers on TikTok. She is like just rose to this TikTok fame. And what I love about her videos and what she has always stood out to me, I actually found her about a year ago. And I've followed her ever since. And she is just so bold in her style. She's so
yeah.
confident in her style and her choices. And I love how she has really defined it. And she's a curvy queen. And I'm like, I just get so inspired by the things that she wears and the things that she does. And she's just like a cool girl. I'm like, teach me how to be a cool girl.
Hunter needs help. Okay. Like I
literally
try.
desperately need help.
I try, but Hunter's just like in a Soma pant. And it's just it's
No, I'm literally
everything in me.
I'm in a Soma crop pant right now.
Oh, so is it cropped to the kneecap?
Yeah, dude, they're cropped to the kneecap. This is when you know that all my shit's in the laundry because my Soma crop is the one that I take out. That's kind of like my last.
Right, because you don't like a crop pant for some
I
whatever reason.
don't.
I like a short. Like, I walk around in a short. I want the legs out. I want the ankles out. And Hunter likes to be literally covered head to toe. I don't know
I
how you
no. I like
survive.
a pant. I like my arms out. I like a
Yeah.
pant though. I like
Yeah.
a pant.
Yeah.
If I have like a spray tan, I'll do like a skirt or something. But
Mm-hmm.
um yeah, dude. Also, I'm just hella rocking this rash, which is just so
I
Gen Z of
know.
me.
Poor Hunter. It's so Gen Z to have a rash,
I
dude.
know.
Well, we're very excited to have Dana on, and I think it's going to be such a fun conversation. I think like what I love is having someone on who is from the next generation who, I'm hoping previous generations have inspired to be confident.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's necessarily her experience, but I know a lot of girls her age and younger who have been like, thank God for the Hunter McGrady's and the Candace Huffines and the, Ashley Grahams and the Precious, like, thank God for them, because it
Yeah.
gave me so much power to like find my voice and like find my style and feel confident. And I don't know, I feel like in a time, especially because you guys know we're doing the summer of self-love, I feel like in a time when people are feeling a little bit disheartened, it's nice to see this next generation is like kind of carrying the torch, right?
Yeah, totally. And I feel like they do it in such a beautiful way too, where it's like it's truly authentic.
Mm-hmm.
Um like I feel like, and we'll talk about this with Dana too. I feel like TikTok can be such a beautifully positive space or such an
Yes.
absolute hellscape. And I feel like the people who make it a hellscape are usually the millennials on TikTok. I hate to say. And like the Gen Zers are like, no, we're accepting of everyone. Like, get out of
I
here if
mean,
you're
I
not.
could make the argument that it's the Gen Zers that are actually the ones. I
Really?
feel like millennials are mostly pretty chill. Like, we're not really interested in getting
Really?
into too much. It's the Gen Zers who are like, well, actually, did you ever think about this?
I will
You've
say that,
never
but
even thought about
and
this.
also the Gen Zers, dude, like nothing gets past them. They will
Nothing,
dig
dude.
shit up from
They'll
years
just dig up
ago.
a tweet from 15 years ago. And I'm like, how do you know about Twitter? They'll dig up pictures from your MySpace. And I'm like, how did you
Yeah.
know that this even existed? Like, this is an archive. You're an
No, literally.
archaeologist at this point when you're going
They
into
are
somebody's MySpace.
detective archaeologists, and it's a beautiful thing to witness.
I think that just in general, though, if we're going to just speak about things like that, the whataboutisms that are going on in the world are driving me fucking crazy. So it's like, if you're talking
Yeah.
about having a summer birthday party and like all the ways to make your summer birthday party like so fun, you'll have someone in the comments that's like, okay, but what about winter birthday parties? Like, you're not even thinking about them. And it's just like,
You literally can't have anything. Here's the
this
thing.
is about a summer birthday party. Like, I can't help you.
Yeah.
Go find someone who had, do you know what I mean? It's so many like whataboutisms. And I'm
You
sick of
can't
it.
have here's the thing, you didn't know that. Getting into 2024, you
Mm,
can't have anything.
mm-mm.
You can't do
No,
anything, you can't say anything, you cannot
no,
have anything.
no,
You
no,
are
no, no, no.
literally stuck. You have to don't even get no, I can't even.
You guys, we're very excited to have Dana on. We're going to let her in a minute here and enjoy this episode. And absolutely, if you are not signed up for the Patreon, make sure you do that. You guys, we're doing 2 episodes a month extra with full video, the whole shebang. And they are usually the things that we can't really put out publicly.
Yeah, because
Like,
literally if we put it on Instagram and we put it on Podcast Apple, they flag us.
yeah. So it's like we can't.
And we lose followers and we lose it's like literally crazy. So if you want to listen to like the juicy stuff or just like the crazy stuff, that's like whatever. But yeah, did you guys know that? They
Dude,
flag us. They
they
literally
flag
flag
us
us.
for, well, I
We
feel
couldn't
like,
even say BDSM on Instagram without
dude,
getting
what kind of world are we living in where we can't even say BDSM?
that's an acronym.
Also, what if I just said the whole word? I'm not saying that I'm doing it. It's just a factual thing that exists.
It's crazy, dude. So go to our Patreon. $5 a month gets you
Mm-hmm.
that tier of literally all that content. And we're going to be posting that story about New York. That'll be our next Patreon. So yeah, bye.
Juicy.
Go get it.
Enjoy Miss Dana Rose.
We did your intro before you came on, and I was like, no, I found you on TikTok a few months ago, and I'm just like, no, I'm obsessed, like
Mm-hmm.
obsessed with
She
everything
sent me
your
your
style.
she sent me your TikToks, and I was like, oh, I'm in love with her, obviously.
No, when
So
you reached out,
That
I
was
was
easy.
like, wait, she knows who I am? Like, this is actually crazy.
Oh my god. I love you. Well, we're so excited. So we just love everything that you stand for, everything you are. Of course, we love your style. Will you give us a little bit of a background on like how you rose in TikTok, how you even started with all of that? Um, did you always set out to do something in content creation?
Yeah, actually, no. So I was in grad school at the time. I actually have my master's degree. I like ended up finishing, but I started posting on TikTok. Like I have the same story as everyone else. I always say like, I posted during COVID and then like it just
Yeah.
kind of,
Yeah.
I had nothing to do other than post on TikTok. And I actually started by posting like funny videos. And the first video
Mhm.
I ever posted got like 5 million views. And I was like, oh, okay. Like,
You're like, not me being funny.
yeah. And
Yeah,
then
you're like not me going viral the
no,
second I step into this space.
literally, literally. And then people were like, "Oh, where's your outfit from?" And I'm like, "Okay, maybe, we should transition into like fashion stuff." So
Yeah.
I was like working a 9 to 5 in human resources, like just being a corporate baddie. And then I'm like, you know what? Maybe we can do this. So
Yeah.
transitioned into like posting more fashion content and like just the baddies got me.
The baddie
I
showed up. So you have your degree in psychology, right?
Yes, yeah, yeah,
And then you have your master's, and I'm not gonna say this right.
yeah.
It is like a long term for HR, right?
Yes,
Essentially.
industrial organizational psychology, and I always say it's like what the lazy psych people do. No offense, like I just didn't want to be a therapist, so I'm like, okay, what else
Right.
can I go into? And yeah, now we're
wow.
What is
And
it
you have
about
your
psychology
master's?
that like really drew you? And does that inform how you operate on TikTok,
um
how you post? Like, do you feel like you have more of an understanding from like a marketing psychological point of
For
view at all?
sure, for sure.
Okay.
Minored in marketing in undergrad, so I
Right.
feel like I have that
Okay.
under my belt, and kind of like I'll notice like, oh, maybe I did kind of do that like subliminally, like using my marketing background, but I don't think I'm like super conscious of it. Nor do I like I
Right.
really separated the two like way back when I
Mhm.
transitioned into like just doing social media. So now I'm kind of like not in the educational space, but I'm sure I use like tools every day that I've learned in the 6 years that I spent in college just to like post pictures of myself online.
I mean, same girl. I have a bachelor's in
Oh,
business, and I'm doing
period.
what with it?
Period.
No, I think the thing is I think that like you said, subliminally, you that kind of stuff.
Mm.
Also your guys, first of all, you're not just posting photos online, like how bold and confident you are in your style. Like I love it. I'm like, because you're just like a curvy queen and look so good while doing it. And every time you post, I'm like, I want to wear that. I literally how did you find your style? How like
Yeah.
what inspired you?
Honestly, I feel like I was put into a category like very early on online. When I was growing up, like I've always a bigger girl. And those girls that always put together, like they always look so cool and you're just like, wow, I want to be them when I grow up. I'm like, why? But they're always straight size. I'm like,
Yeah.
no one who's
Yeah.
plus size just like shows up and doesn't talk about their body. I always notice
Right.
like
Yeah.
on social media,
Yes.
like I feel like people were kind of confused when I started posting because they're like, why is she not mentioning off rip that she's a bigger girl before like getting into it? And I'm like, but you don't ask the straight size girls to do that. So I'm just gonna
Period.
be the cool girl, and if you don't like it, you don't have to follow me.
Right. Which I
So
love. I love that you kind of have that energy of like you can just simply unfollow. And I think I was watching one of your vlogs and you were like, I'm heavy with the block button. Like I have, and I'm the same way. I'm like
Yeah, the
infamously the
finger
same
is
way.
ready.
Hunter
girl,
knows I'm like, I will block and I will unfollow
no,
and like
because
protect my peace into complete solitude if I have
Kayla
to.
is
hello.
you guys are very so I'm like literally like I'll pray for you. I'm like I'll pray for you. God bless you
Mm,
and see yourself out if you please, but don't worry about
No,
it.
because you didn't greet me with like respect or kindness, so I'm not
Yes.
gonna do the
yeah.
same. Like
I love that.
black.
I love that.
Black.
Yeah, black honey. And it's
I
so
love
true.
it.
I think that, we all three of us come from this world of media where so much is about our body and I pray of a day where a curvy girl is on the cover of a magazine and her body is like the last thing anyone talks about, or on a television show. Like I think of Nicola from Bridgerton, and Nicola Coughlan, right, Kayla?
Mm-hmm.
Coughlan, yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Love her, and she, first of all, is like a small size, whatever, like 8'10", and all anyone could talk about is her body. And I'm like, no, she's an incredible actress. Like, she's a beautiful, wonderful actress. She's so talented. She's killing this role, and all anyone talks about is her body. And so I love that you showed up as you are, and you were like, I'm not going to sit here and make it all about my body. It's just me dressing cool, being that cool girl.
Yeah. And like not even second guessing it, because you would be surprised. Like, I don't know if you guys want to take my advice, but you can't comment certain things under my videos. Like the amount of words that I have blocked just to like
no,
protect.
Literally same on my Instagram.
Yeah. Like I'm protecting my peace. I'm not just protecting mine, because honestly, comments have never, like, I can honestly say comments really have never gotten to me. Like, I know that it's just like somebody in their mom's basement, like calling me a whale, like whatever. But I just worry about the girls who look up to me, because you're not going to scroll through my comments and watch all these men like attack me for the way I look, attack me for my body. I'm so many other things, and I want you to see that first. I want you to see that in yourself first. And I just think like a safe space, like we need a safe space that is like not body talk heavy, because why are we so obsessed with it? Like,
I love that, actually. Just like, it gives such a different perspective, because I feel like it's always situated that it's like, oh, I'm going to protect me. But it's like, there are so many women, young women who have not had this like empowering experience that maybe we have had, who are in our comments seeing things that are their nightmare being said to us. And like, yeah, we can take it on the chin. Like all three, like, we've been through the ringer, I've been on Instagram for like since its inception. So it's like, I mean, we've all heard it all. But there's a lot of women who could not hear even one of those things without it like really ruining their day, their week, their month. So just the fact that you're like, I'm blocking this for me, but also for you, because you don't need to see this. This is not truth. This is not necessary. This is just like purely hate. And I'm not going to let my account be like a place where these fucking people can come and say these horrible things.
I do the same thing. You should see my list for Instagram. I'm like, nope, you're not going to be able, you don't get that luxury to comment those words on my page, because I literally the same thing. And I don't know if even people realize that you can do that. You can block words on your Instagram. I didn't know you could do it on TikTok too, which is great information, because I'm going to go and do that. And I think that is such a brilliant thing. And I wish everyone would do it, because it's like, nope, you don't even get to get that far. Sorry, like, don't let the door hit you on the way out. And it's protecting your peace, protecting other people's peace, and like making your little slice of the internet a safe space.
Right.
I feel like
there's
so few.
We have like I feel like I have a responsibility to almost like protect my followers like I would protect my friends, because you obviously followed me because we have something in common, or like you resonate with something in my life. Like, we are friends at that point. I might not know you, but you know a lot about me. And like, I would never want this like evilness, this like negativity to affect not just me, but them. And I think about like you said, you've been on Instagram since its inception. I was in high school when Instagram started, and like, you take it very lightly for a little while. It was fun. It was like Vine, like, was such a time. And then TikTok came about, and like everything kind of switched into this like mass amount of like content and media. And like, I can't imagine being where I was when Instagram started and it being the way it is right now. Like, the words would have gotten to my head. Like, someone a girl in high school, if she follows me, I want her to feel safe. Like, I want her to feel like there is a side to the internet that she can go and like not have a mental breakdown.
And your page,
the bar
really
is so low. We're like, we just don't want you to have a mental breakdown.
No, literally the bar is on the floor.
The bar is in hell at this point. It's just like, I just don't want you to lose your goddamn mind when you come over to my page.
And like, honestly,
psychotic.
I'm also trying to keep it together, girl. Like, let's just try and keep it together.
Literally,
I don't have it together, if that's for what it's worth.
Same.
I gave
I'm
up on that a
literally
long
like,
time ago. Like I'm in my mid 30s. I'm like, I gave up, sanity a while ago. My question is, because I love to fight in the comments. Hunter knows this. Like, I don't have any words blocked because I'm like, let's go. Like,
Kayla's
I'm
the
always
black
in the
cat.
corner.
I'm the golden
I'm
retriever.
always ready to go. I'm like, no, say what you want to say. Like, you're going to regret it, Do you ever feel and do you ever like clap back, or are you just very like Hunter? Like, you're just like, I'm blocking
Although
out
I
the
will find
haters.
their
Like, I
moms
see.
and I will find their work where they
Yeah,
work.
Hunter
And then
will
I'll
find the
say,
moms and she'll be like,
I
your
will,
mom is not going to feel great about this.
yeah,
And your
Kayla will
president.
be like, Kayla will go cut throat. She'll go for the jugular.
Yeah.
I'll be
Like I'll talk
some,
about their half court hairlines. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like
And
I'll go there.
some guy
Oh my
commented
God.
my page the other day and was like, I forget what he said, but he was like, no one wants to see this. And I was like, thanks, whatever his name is. I'll let your coworkers at Home Depot know. Like, I was like, one Google, bro, and I'll like find out where you work straight up. But that's about as far as we'll go.
Period.
Kill will go for the everything else. Are you
Period. Okay.
more of a
Yeah.
Michaela or more of a
I want to
me?
I want to say I fall somewhere in between, like probably a little less
Yeah.
like of the find where you work, Hunter. No offense. Shout
No,
out
like
to
I'm
you.
literally like, I'm gonna tell your mom
Okay.
on you.
And I love that for you. Like I wish I had the
Yeah.
balls to do that.
She's
But
gonna find the principal of your school. Like she's gonna talk to
period. And
them.
it's like honestly you should, because digital footprint is a real thing. Like shame on you.
Yeah.
No, I'm definitely somewhere in between. I'm not gonna like come for your neck because I don't ever want to like stoop. But sometimes
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
ugh, I
Yes.
wish I could just tell you how receding your hairline is and keep it pushing. But
Yeah.
Literally.
I think I'll kind of like do like a little like kill him with kindness, but also be like sarcastic about it. Like
Yeah.
if someone calls me
Now is that
like,
the Libra in you where you're kind of like, because you're Libra, right? So you
mhm.
like things a little fair, a little bit balanced.
Yeah,
Those
like
are
Do you know your
generally
big
friendly
three?
and warm.
yeah, I feel like I just don't really care, to be honest. Like I'll
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
I don't even read my comments for the most part. Like I'll go through like the top couple and like answer them if they're like my baddies or whatever. But yeah, and you can't really comment much. Like I can't remember the last time other than Instagram. Instagram Reels is a sickening place, first of all.
Yeah.
They do
Woo!
not have the
Girl,
same filter system as TikTok does, because
Mm-mm.
TikTok is like more of my safe space, which is crazy to say.
really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Kayla and I were
Interesting.
talking about that. How like I think that the Gen Zers, because you're how old are you? You're
So
26
I'm 26. I fall literally on like the year, and
on the
I have both tendencies for
Okay,
sure.
so because we were like, I think the Gen Zers are more of the like inclusive type,
For
and they're
sure.
just like really excited. Michaela's like, no, Gen Zers will come for your neck. Like,
I think that there's more of a spectrum of like Gen Zers can be very intense and like even more keyboard warrior, but they also are like at the forefront of inclusivity
For sure.
and acceptance. I feel like some of the most like hurtful comments I've ever gotten have been from Gen Z, and I'm like, ouch. I'm like,
no, like
damn, you
walking
went for
past a
my
group of teenagers,
oh my God, like I cannot walk past a group of teenagers. I'm like, I know they're gonna say
horrifying.
they're gonna look at like my acne
Horrifying.
scars and they're gonna hit that. Like they're gonna find the thing that you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like
I'm
but
dead.
but what do you think? How do you feel as far as like
No,
your
I
audience?
think Gen Zers are like the more extreme, I feel like,
Mm,
but on both sides of the spectrum, for sure, like
Sure.
positive and then the negative. And it's always like
yeah.
the little boys that like follow what's his face,
Always.
the
I guess I
bald
should say
guy or
there's like
whatever, and like
yeah, Andrew Tate. I hate
yeah,
even
the
saying his name.
ignorant like
Yeah.
ideology. So
I
Yeah.
guess that spectrum is more gender. It's like
yeah,
the male Gen Zers are on some other shit,
probably. But
you know.
I will say, and I don't know if you guys have this experience too. The like 40 to 50, like my mom's ish age women
Brutal.
will cut deep.
Brutal.
They cut
Brutal.
deep. And
The Lindas,
I'm like,
Brutal.
we're women. We're women. Can we
yeah,
like not do this?
because there's a lot of internalized stuff that they went through.
Yeah.
And that's something that we always say is it's like they are victims too. I'll have on Facebook. So like if I ever do an integration with a brand and they post on
Oh,
Facebook,
please.
forget it. I'm about to get eat up. These women.
No,
And they've got hair up to here, the blue eyeshadow. I'm like, ma'am,
I have
please, I beg of thee.
I have only like a fan page on Facebook hooked up to my Instagram so that like brands can do that. I don't even have my own Facebook because I used to work with Yitty, and like they ran a lot of ads on Facebook, which like whatever. The comments, like shame on all those women. That was crazy. I'm like,
absolutely.
Do you guys not have daughters? Do you not have a mom? Like,
they literally all have daughters, and that's what's so sad and so scary.
Oh my God. And it makes me
they're
like
showing themselves too.
Yeah, it makes me thankful that I have like a mom that's like, do whatever you want. Like I could care less. I'm like, some people
is your mom like that?
Oh my God.
She's very like, okay, I love that.
Are you kidding me? She like she'll comment on all my stuff. She'll send me TikTok throughout the day. She's like, you should do this. And it's like a half naked girl. I'm like, period, Carol.
Wow, your mom and our mom would probably be besties because that's my mom too. I mean, our mom too. She's always just like, you guys look great. Like I think it could be like a little more low cut. Mm-hmm. That's kind of like your brand and your vibe. And I'm like, Mom, what is your mom? What's her sign?
She's an Aquarius. She's an Aquarius queen. And I always say, you know how there's like Karens?
Yeah.
Her name is Carol. So she's a Carol. She's not a Karen.
Oh, she's like
for sure
a kind, loving version.
But also
she's like from that era. It's like born as a Karen. It's like born as a Karen, but like meant to, you know that saying that's like born a Karen, but like or born a Carol, but forced to be in a Karen generation.
Exactly. And like she'll still put somebody in their place, but like in a very like woke way. Like she's not I don't ever have to worry about her like getting caught up in like a video that someone's gonna post on the internet, like, look at this Karen. No. She will be ride or die for like the good side, I promise.
Oh, right. I love it. Do you have any siblings?
Yes, I have an older brother and I have a couple step siblings.
What do they think about? Like, I always think it's interesting about, you know, our parents' generation. We grew up in the entertainment world. Our dad is an actor, our mom was a model. Like, we grew up in that. But I'm so curious how your family has taken this whole thing of, okay, my girl's in college and now she's on TikTok. Like, I'm sure at first they were like, what is going on?
So at first I feel like it was like an adjustment because even for me, like I feel like I had my whole life planned. Like I was ready to be a corporate baddie. I'm like, this is going to be great. And then it took some convincing for sure, more so with my mom because she's like, you're so educated. You spent so much time in school. Isn't this what you want to do? And I'm like, first of all, the payout, unmatched. Like if we're going to sit here and like, you know, compare. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, I have a free schedule. And she always says, just ride the wave. If your plan B turns into your plan A and vice versa, just have the backup. And I always keep that in the back of my mind. Like I could go into corporate America tomorrow if this all crumbled or if I just decided I didn't want to do it anymore. I still have that plan. So as long as I had that, she was fully supportive of it. But at first it was definitely like, what are we doing? Because it's so new that generation doesn't even know about it. But now I come home, and I'm like, I might as well be Kim Kardashian of the family. Like they're all like, so like, where are you off to now? And I'm like, I don't know.
You're like the Hamptons.
I love it. Yes, I love it.
Yeah. That is that's cool. Also, do you feel like your mom kind of always knew that this was going to be like, she's like, no, like my girl's a star. Please. You know, like were you a star from a little girl? Like they knew?
I was the star. Star from like.
I feel that from you.
It was just like, I don't know. I had like a stage presence when I did like dance and like, I just like, I don't want to like toot my own horn, but you know, you just stand out. Like, when you know, you know. Yeah, like my favorite is like when I started to like become an adult and whatever, and then you notice like these like older men that like wouldn't normally find like a bigger girl attractive, but you have this like aura about you, and they get like mad at themselves like in front of you for like finding you attractive, and you're like, I fear. I'm just like
I fear it's my aura.
Yeah,
I fear it's my aura. Well, there's that whole like there's that whole Marilyn Monroe aura thing that everyone's talking about where like there was a story of someone who was with her and she was like, oh, hold on, like let me turn on Marilyn.
No, literally.
Like and she literally like a switch flipped and like everyone's heads turns toward her and like I do think that
Ooh,
people.
it gives me chills. I
I
believe that
know.
No,
totally.
I think
seriously.
that everyone can do it. I think that you do, but sometimes people are just born with it,
Kim
Right.
and
Kardashian has
it's
that
that
Yeah,
too, I
it
think.
100%.
factor.
People want to say Kim K has no
Yeah.
talent. I'm like, to be able to walk into a room and turn everybody's head or just like somebody feel a different energy because of one person is like a superpower. And Hunter, I remember literally seeing you for the first time and I'm like, she has it. Like you can just tell.
Stop.
You can just tell.
Oh,
Like,
Dana, thank you. Oh my God, that's
No,
so nice.
please.
No,
no,
please stop.
please.
Yeah.
Mm, no, no, no,
That's
no,
so nice.
no,
Thank you so
no, no,
much for
no.
saying that.
You're
Truly, that means the
welcome.
world to me. Because it's, yeah, I mean, I do feel like, you do know, right? You're like,
Yeah.
like, am I meant for something more in front of the camera? Like, what does this look like for me? And the thing is what I love about TikTok is that it's given so many people these opportunities to
Yeah.
do that, right? That may have not been granted those opportunities. And it's so cool to see. And I want to know, where do you pull your fashion inspiration from? We had talked to a girlfriend of mine, Katie Storino, about a week ago. And one thing I mentioned to her was she is so herself. I don't know if you're familiar with her.
Yeah, yeah, I know who that is.
She has, yeah, she has the brand Mega Babe, and she's so herself in the way that she'll just wear, like a cheetah print shirt with a striped pant and a croc and like a pink Chanel bag, and somehow it looks so good on her. And I'm like, oh my God,
Mm.
I wish I had that. I do not have that. I don't have
Okay,
what
I
you
feel
have.
like you do though. I feel like you
You're
do.
very sweet. You're very sweet. I play it very, very, very safe. My sister has it, and you guys have it. But how do you, first, where do you pull your inspiration from? And second, how do you find that? Like, how do you find that in yourself?
Yeah, I think that's a really hard question. I don't think I've ever like thought about it like that, but I will say
Yeah.
the best tip I ever got was to stare at a color wheel and learn it. Like learn what
Yeah.
colors go together. Like you would be surprised what's in your closet that you could put together you would never imagine to
I
put
love that
together.
tip.
Yeah.
So
So getting dressed though, like
it's
I'll start with one garment. I'll be like, oh, I feel like wearing these pants today. Like let me try like 12 different things with it and like whatever kind of like gives me that like extra, like okay, this is cool. Like I'll just
Yeah.
style it and
I
keep
love
it
that.
pushing.
I love how you mentioned about the color wheel, because Hunter and I were just recently, a couple episodes ago, talking about color theory and getting your colors done. But I literally have this in my drawer right here. So it's this book called A
Oh
Dictionary
yeah,
of
your
Color
book.
Combinations. And
Stop.
I don't know if you've seen this,
No,
but
I need it.
this was actually done by a very famous, I think they are an artist and an architect, kind of like like all of the things, but it is like all of the best color combinations and like ones that, and like obviously you don't have to go by this, but I think if you're
Right.
someone who is like Hunter and maybe a little
I
bit
was just gonna say, what
colorblind.
color goes with black?
Yeah, like what's the colors that go best with black?
What color goes with black and gray?
'Cause that's her whole closet. But like I love that you said like stare at a color wheel,
Yeah,
because I feel like color and shade is so like can really make or break an outfit. And
for
so this has been
sure.
really helpful for me
That's
to
my
be like,
mid-year resolution, is to dress with more color.
I'm gonna send
And
you this,
I
Hunter. You need
often go
this.
to your page, Dana, and I'm like, okay, this is what's cool. Like, this is what the girlies are wearing. Because, I was in my mom era for a couple years, and I was just wearing like an Abercrombie dress every day.
No, you're like
And
too
now,
young and hot to be doing this.
no, I
Thank you, Dana.
know.
Thank you.
I am a phoenix
I literally
rising,
would
you
tell her
guys.
this all the time. I'm like, you're too hot. Like you're on
And this is
Literally.
Sports
why I go to
Illustrated. I don't want to
Dana's
see you in a
page.
floor length floral dress. Like that's fine. But like you need to bring the
Literally.
girls out to play.
I
Literally.
know. I
Because you
know.
do like
And
to, Hunter. You do
I
like
do
to.
like to, and that's why I go to your page, Dana, all the time. And I'm like, what is she wearing? What's cool? What's hot? What's in? Because it's also nice to see cool stuff on and I'm not saying it's about your body, but on a plus
Yeah.
size curvy girl's body, because I'm like, I never see that ever.
Yeah.
You open any magazine or any like go on, it's very rare. So I'm always like, okay, that's like the closest. You're much smaller than me, but that's the closest thing to me. And I think that it's so cool. Who's like your top inspirations for fashion? I know
Okay.
it's like a hard question because there's probably a ton, or maybe
Yeah.
there's none.
I think I'm gonna be honest, a lot of them are straight size, but like
Of
I
course,
kind of
that's all you have.
right. And I kind of love that like I can replicate stuff like that as a plus size body, but again, I do want to add the point like I lucked out. I kind of am like on the cusp of like the
Yeah,
straight size and the plus size sometimes with like certain brands. So I do like try to find only like brands that will have like a 2, 3, 4X so that my followers
yeah.
can, you know, also dress the same way, obviously. But I don't know if you've ever seen Was Good on
Oh yeah.
Instagram.
Yes, yes,
She's
I'm
my
writing
yes.
this
favorite.
down. Is
She's
it
my
Yeah.
WUZ?
yes, yes.
Okay, I'm writing down.
And Maria Beltre, I think I'm saying that right. Loose Unicorns
Mm-hmm.
is her at. She's
Right.
Okay,
amazing.
amazing.
And then I have like my friends are like fly, first of all. So I'm always
I
like
know.
stalking all
I
my
see all your
friends.
friends. You guys did a video that like one where you guys are like slapping your hands and like going in a line. And I was
Oh
like,
yeah. No,
all
like
of your friends
I
are
straight
literally
up will like steal my friends' outfits and I'm like, sorry girl, like had to do it for
Yeah.
the big girls.
I
I
think surrounding
love
yourself with people who are your vibe too is so
Mm.
important. That's another thing that we have been talking about with like our summer self-love series, which is sort of what this is all about, right? It's a holistic look at if you need a little oomph when it's like your confidence, or you need a little oomph with style, you need a little like something. That's like what we're trying to bring with this series. And I think that one great thing is surrounding yourself with people who like have that same energy. So
Hmm.
if you want to be like baddie vibes, you might want to try and find some baddies to hang out with, because like
yeah.
they're going to be the ones who are hyping you up. Like,
For
do you feel like your
sure.
friends really like hype, like you feel that like hype from them, and it really
Oh my
helps
God.
your confidence, your ability to like dress, like whatever, I mean, speak on that.
Yeah, I just have like the best friends, genuinely. Like
Yeah.
I make it a point to like really I'm sure you guys went through this. Like early 20s, you kind of have to like filter out people and it almost feels like a heartbreak
Yeah.
because you're like growing
Yeah.
apart from these like high school or college friends even. I would say
Yeah.
like I only have one friend that I am like best friends with from college. I don't really talk to anyone
Right.
from high school. Like I have a whole other set of just independent grown women that
Mm.
I got your back, you have mine. If you need
Yeah.
a boost, I got you. If I need a boost, you got me. But sometimes you outgrow people and like you meet
For
these
Yes.
friends
sure.
later in life. And I feel very like secure right now who my friends are,
Mm.
like where I am. Like
Yeah.
I know that if I have a bad day or if I'm like feeling like not myself, they're there in a split second.
Where did
Right.
So
you meet them? Like, where did you? Because we often have questions from girls who are like, can I even make friends as an adult? And we're always like, yes,
yeah.
absolutely. Because we're
Yeah.
all about if you have to filter out your friends, filter them out, break up with them.
For sure, for sure. It feels like almost like a breakup, like harder than a breakup with your friends.
It does.
Anywhere. Like I met a friend 2 days ago at like a coffee shop. We sat there for like 2 hours and just chatted and she was the sweetest person. Like we have plans next week. I moved out of Connecticut because that was just like never gonna be for me. You know, like I went away to
Yeah.
school. I went to college in Rhode Island, so I got like a taste of what it was like to live away from home. Philly was like, okay, we have a couple friends there. Let's see if we like it. Didn't love it. I love Philly, but I love to visit
Yeah.
Philly. I didn't love living in Philly. And I feel like I
Sure.
was in and out of New York every other weekend. And that drive was like treacherous. So I'm like, let me just
Yeah.
move a little closer.
Yeah.
So I don't really have like a lot of family around here. They're all in
Mm.
Connecticut, but it's still close enough where I can go home and like not getting
Yeah.
FOMO from like things in the city. And
Right.
yeah,
Jersey's such a good spot. I feel like everyone cool is on the East Coast now. Like I
It's
had
true,
some
Kayla.
baddies here and they've all left. Like LA's dead, and I'm saying it here first. Like you guys have heard it here first. LA is dead. That's where I am, and I'm just like I'm over it here. Like I'm trying to get to the East Coast
yeah,
so
the
bad.
East
Trying to
Coast
convince
is
Kayla
that's where it's
to move
at.
here.
East Coast is just a
Yeah.
different vibe. I feel like you guys have weather over there. I'll give you that. You have better weather.
That's it though. That's it. And also, and this is gonna make me sound so spoiled, it gets monotonous. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's the same thing every day. And I'm like, can I get like one colored leaf around here? Can I get like one tree that looks different? You know, like, can I get like one drop of something? It just
the
is
summers
like,
here are a little hellscape.
The summers are
oh my God,
but
today even is so hot out. When I'm in LA, I feel like I kind of have to put myself in like this box of like an influencer, like plus size, you know, whatever. And
God forbid you be anything else or more, right?
You know what I mean? And then in New York, I'm just like, I could be whoever I want. I can be anybody, even up and down the East Coast. It's just a different vibe of like acceptance of differences, I feel like.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I love that so much too. It is so true.
Yeah.
It's like cut that je ne sais quoi. What's next for you, Dana? Where do you see yourself in, I don't know, 1 year? Like, I don't might even ask 5 years because so much can change. What would you love to do with your platform?
I feel like I ask myself this question every day and I like struggle to answer it.
If you don't have an answer, that's fine too.
When I started social media, I was like, okay, ride the wave for as long as you can and whatever comes of it, like if it doesn't work out, whatever, you move on, you have another plan. But now I'm kind of like, I want to find the longevity in this because I love it so much. I just don't know where that's going to come from because it's such a new industry. It's always changing. Like you can really pivot into any kind of category you want. I could start a podcast. I could like be more serious on YouTube and just like spill tea like all day long. Like you never know. But I feel like I never realized that the choice was mine because I feel like in college people like tell you what you're going to do. Like corporate America, you have a boss. I'm my own boss. I could literally like do anything. But I guess I'm just gonna like spill tea right now and like drop a bomb. I can tell you guys something is in the works for like around this time next year. Hunter, I will be hitting you up about it. It's a brand. It's a brand.
Oh.
Not the tea.
Like you heard it here first, everyone. In Model says an exclusive.
Is it something we can wear? Perhaps, perchance.
The way I'm going to be such a fucking customer.
Is it something that I can wear?
Oh, 100% is something you wear all the time. What?
Oh, man, amazing.
It's going to be something you can wear in the summer.
Scream! You guys heard it here first. Here's the thing.
Is this something that we can play mermaids in?
I fear.
Okay, beautiful. I fear it is something we can play mermaids in.
I think. I think I saw like a need for a different spin on bikinis and bathing suits, and I'll just say the word because, like, come on, guys, like use context. We know what we're talking about. A need for just different style coverage because I'm sick of seeing 2X, 3X bathing suits come up to my boobs. Hello. I don't.
We always talk about this.
We don't
like
want
I'm trying to tan. Like I want it to be the tiniest string bikini.
Thank you. And like I need like a little bit more like coochie coverage without the high waisted. So I'm like I've made it a point to like tell the internet, I'm like, wear your bathing suit bottoms backwards. Like if you've never tried it, try it. Because there's always less coverage in the front than in the back if it's a regular style and not like a thong bathing suit. Turn it around so you get the coochie coverage, but it's not like over your belly button high waisted.
Okay. I love that hot steaming tip, you guys. Whoa.
That's gorge.
Right?
So nobody, if anyone's watching this and they want to steal my idea, I said it first.
No, you said it first, and we know that.
We will send this we will get litigious with this, okay? We will send this into the courts.
Podcast. After all, that is such a great tip. I love that so much. What is your favorite thing to wear during summer? Like, what is your go-to? Is it like, are you a shorts girly? Are you a skirts girly? Are you just like a bear it all?
Yeah,
I'm getting that vibe.
I'm more of like a bear it all, but I used to hate showing my legs. Like shorts were like never an option for me. And then bloomers came out and I was like, wait, this actually like I feel like pretty cool in these. Like I'm just gonna wear them.
I love that.
I love the bloomer trend. Yeah, it's so cute.
I saw somebody hating on it this morning and I was like, whatever.
Just because you can't wear it, because you don't have like the, panache to wear it.
Dude, I do not have the panache to wear.
Yes, you do. Yes,
no, I
you
do. I
do.
do. I'm getting on the bloomers today, you guys. That's it. You guys talk me into it.
We're ordering bloomers today.
I'm telling you, I don't know.
I can just
what
see
it
Hunter's
is.
husband. Like, what is this? Are these for Ava?
No, you know what you should do?
My daughter does have
You should
bloomers.
do one of those like wearing an outfit to like go to Target and like see what my husband says and like put bloomers on.
That would be
my
so
husband would literally
funny.
be like, what the fuck? Dana, you know what we need to do is, Dana, you dress me for a day. And just
that would be
amazing.
And you gotta put her in bloomers.
Immediately.
I need Hunter in a bubble skirt immediately. I just want to see the vibes.
Wait, yes.
I want to see the vibes. Because I feel like Hunter missed the bubble skirt wave when it first came around. I don't think you were old enough to.
It's still live.
Yeah, and
you're talking
I feel like
about
it's coming back.
When?
Way back. Dana's like way back then, and I'm just like, when I was like in my 20s. No, it wasn't that. But no, I think that would be such a good video, though.
Oh my God, we need to do
Dana
that.
dressing Hunter.
We need to do
Let's do that. Let's do it. I love it.
100%.
Oh, Dana, this was so much fun. It was so great to chat with you. Thank you for giving us these incredible tips, B, spilling all the tea, which we love. Where can our listeners find you?
Oh, all over the place, girl.
What's your IG? What's your YouTube?
IG is at Dana X Rose. There's a bit of a twist when we go to other platforms. It's Dana A Rose because somebody had the at already, girls. But I'm sure, search Dana Rose. If you see this face, I might be blonde, but
love it.
I love it. And same with YouTube also?
Yes, Dana A Rose on YouTube.
Check out her vlogs too, you guys. You have the greatest vlogs.
Yeah. I was just watching a bunch of them this morning. I was like, oh my God, fun.
Oh my God, I need to get back on my YouTube grind. Honestly.
Okay, but isn't it so tough? It's like, okay, you're on Instagram, you're on TikTok, you're on YouTube.
It's
just oh,
so much.
It's so hard.
Also, how much do we need to post a day on TikTok? How many do you post a day?
I'm gonna be honest. I used to be a 2 a day, or was very religious about that, and now I'm maybe once every other day. I know that sounds bad, but
no, that's hope gives us all hope.
Yeah, it's not as you don't have to feel it. I feel like you don't have to oversaturate as much as you think anymore on social media. You can kind of just get by with a couple of posts a week, and as long as you're a familiar face, eventually, you're okay.
Yeah. Quality over quantity. Exactly. I love it. You heard it here first. Thank you, Dana, for coming on the Model Citizen podcast.
I'm literally so honored. You guys have no idea. Yes, and Michaela, if I get any nasty comments, I need you to come to my rescue.
I will.
Don't
I'm ready. Don't.
My keyboard warrior. My keyboard warrior.
Oh my God! All I want to do is just.
It'll be Michaela and your mom, just absolutely.
Michaela and Carol, keyboard
Michaela and Carol, just don't fucking. Thank you so much, Dana. We appreciate your time.
I love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for listening. You can catch a new episode of Model Citizen every Thursday. And please don't forget to follow the podcast so you don't miss any of the action. We want to hear from you. So please leave a rating and review and follow us on socials for all the behind the scenes action at Hunter McGrady and Michaela McGrady. And don't forget, you are worthy, you are loved, and you are capable of doing all wonderful things. Bye, guys.